Welcome back to the AFT Construction YouTube channel, and I'm Jesse. Today, we're talking about ICF versus SABS. What are the differences? Follow along and we'll learn a little bit together. Thanks for stopping by. Here we go. Now, if you've been around the AFT Construction channel for a while now, you know about ICF. We have it here at the Liberty Estate, and that stands for Insulated Concrete Form. And when we're talking ICF, we've got a cavity in between two pieces of styrofoam, and we fill it with concrete in the middle. So that is ICF. What we're going to be talking about today is ICF versus Structured Insulated Panels Alternative Building System, which eliminates the center cavity of concrete. So this is a full foam cavity. Now I'm going to try to get some stock footage of the insulated panels that are SABS or SABS. Moving forward for the rest of the video, I'll just say SABS. Now, what are the differences between a ICF panel and a SABS panel? Let's take a look. Let's talk ICF for a moment. Forgive me on how dirty this panel is. However, this is ICF. If you've been here for a little bit, you know what this is. Now, with the ICF, we have the two foam panels, and then in the middle goes concrete and rebar. Not in that order. But with that being said, the SABS is a full foam panel. So this thickness is compared to an entire foam panel of SABS. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper on the differences. ICF, insulated concrete form. The insulated foam blocks are stacked and filled with concrete. They're incredibly strong and energy efficient, and it provides a thermal mass that soundproofs and is also fire resistant. Now, let's move to SABS, Structured Insulated Panels Alternative Building System. These are composite foam panels coated with a polymer cement mix. There is no traditional framing. The panels are structural and insulated, lightweight yet strong, and high energy efficiency. SABS, on the other hand, skips the heavy concrete process altogether. It's all about lightweight foam panels that are reinforced with a super strong polymer cement coating. Okay, so let's talk about strength and durability. Now, we all know that ICF, once filled with the concrete in the center of the cavity, is a fortress. ICF is built often in hurricane zones, in tornado zones, and they're often used in government buildings. So with that being said, ICF has been around for a longer span of time, but ICF, as far as durability goes, is extremely durable, can withstand heavy winds, but also ICF helps with energy efficiency in Arizona. So we don't have super high winds, but in a situation where we have a haboob, I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but they're massive dust storms that come in and they just dump a ton of dust because we're in a desert, so that's a given. But when we have them, it's extremely strong winds, and this house, once the structure of the home is done, is going to be a fortress for sure. So ICF can withstand heavy winds. It also is fire resistant up to 4 hours in some cases, and it is minimal maintenance over the lifespan of the home. So those are three major wins in the category of ICF. So let's move on now to talk about the SABS panels. These are strong and durable as well. Now, AFT has never built with any SABS panels. We use foam in a lot of cases, like SIPS trusses, obviously ICF, and all of those things, but SABS has not been requested by a client as of yet. Maybe it will come in the future. The durability and strength of SABS can stand up to the ICF build as well. Because of the polymer cement mix of the panels, we run into a situation where SABS can be durable and strong just the same as an ICF panel. So SABS panels won't crack because there's no concrete in the panels. It's just a polymer cement mix, so the SABS panels don't crack. Number two, they are water resistant, so that's a plus. So, you know, we don't have to worry about mold and other things when it comes to the SABS panels. And then also, the last thing, number three, is they're lightweight. So with that being said, it makes it a little bit easier to build. One, we're skipping the step of having to fill the concrete cavity in ICF. So that's a plus too. Next, we're moving on to energy efficiency and insulation. When it comes to insulation, both ICF and SABS excel compared to traditional wood framing. But which one performs better? ICF insulation uses EPS, expanded polystyrene, with concrete as the thermal mass. It's extremely efficient at retaining heat in the winter and keeping cool in the summer. Higher R values, typically R22 to R30. So that's a huge win in the game of insulation. So let's talk about SABS insulation. The foam core is continuous, eliminating thermal bridging. It's lighter weight, which means it reacts more quickly to temperature changes, and the R value can vary, but can reach up to R40 with the proper thickness. While both systems perform well, SABS might have a slight edge when it comes to pure insulation value, especially in mild climates where thermal mass isn't as critical. So one of the things that I want to say here is with ICF, we are very familiar with how ICF works and the thermal bridging and the thermal mass that it takes to be eliminated, especially because of Arizona's climate. We're often going to go with ICF. Could be because it's familiar and more durable in this climate. Even though we don't have experience working with SABS, the comparison of time and energy that it takes to build with ICF versus SABS, it's showing that ICF takes a little bit longer. However, with that being said, we've never worked with SABS panels, and so in that case, I don't know specifically if SABS or ICF is a faster build time. If building speed is important to you, I would really work with your general contractor to make sure that you are staying on track with your build time. Now, that is an important piece. And so when you're building with ICF, there are a lot of steps in the process. There's a lot of cure time, and there's a lot of steps that it takes to get to a completed ICF system. Could it be faster with SABS? Absolutely. Now here's the deal. This video is only a discussion between ICF and SABS. Which one is better? I think both of them could be extremely beneficial for energy efficiency. Obviously, we have more experience with ICF, so that's what we're used to, and so oftentimes we go with what we're more accustomed to rather than a situation of trying something new. Now SABS, the energy efficiency is certainly there, and ICF is the energy efficiency is certainly there. Which one is better? That's for you guys to decide. And again, I appreciate you guys sticking around, hanging out with me, talking about which one to go with. Now, comment below, SABS or ICF? ICF versus SABS, what's the one that you guys would go with? Comment below, and we'll see you on the next video.